So, if you think dating an African from the States and dating an African from Africa are the same thing, you're in for a rude awakening. I'll tell you why. Okay, so one of the things, kind of one of the hard things that I had to learn when I got here was that any culture of people, you think, okay, so let me start from the beginning. So I'm from Miami. It's seen as a very diverse place, mainly Latino, Hispanic, but a lot of different cultures come through there. It's a tourist destination and all that. So all of my classes and everything growing up, I thought, oh my gosh, they're so diverse. I'm so used to all these different people from all of these different backgrounds. But when I got here, I realized that the truth of the matter is that everybody that you meet in the States has a very United States centric perspective on everything. So, there's fundamental things that you guys share in common, even though you're from different cultures and different countries and things like that. So I learned that kind of being over here where, I would be in classes with Indian people and Chinese people and Middle Eastern people and African people, thinking that, oh my gosh, I've been in classes with these people before, I've been in situations with these people before, I totally know how they think, and we should get along easily. And then come to realize that no, these are not like any blank type of people I've dealt with in the States before. You know what I mean? Maybe behind closed doors they're one way, and in public they're something totally different. But that's the only way that I can explain it. So bringing it back to the whole dating Africans, I am reading online a lot of women saying, oh, okay, if I go to Europe, I'm gonna get me an African. I need an African man. The Africans are coming up in the States now, and everybody want an African man. Okay, well, you better get you an American nice African, because the African from Africa is a very interesting type of person. My experiences with them is that they've been very kind of demanding. Not anything that I'm not used to with kind of like black men in the States or anywhere else, very forward, very kind of like, okay, you know exactly what, is going on, you know what I mean? But they're a little bit more pushy, a little bit more aggressive, but not in the sense that you're kind of used to with American men. I don't really know how to explain it. It's like, it's just an interesting dynamic. In addition to that, I don't really think they know what they're getting into when they are talking to me, because yes, I'm black, yes, I could say I'm Afrocentric and very, pro my culture, but I am not African, I'm American, I'm very westernized, and I talk my mind, speak my mind, say whatever I want to say pretty much, but with a level of class. I think I can say that with a little level of class and maturity, you know what I mean? But I don't think they know what they're getting into when they're dealing with me. I'm not an African woman, so sometimes I feel that the dialogue kind of, there's like some miscommunications there. So as I said in my dating interculturally versus dating interracially video, dating someone of the same skin tone, American perspective makes it seem like, oh, if you're dating black, you're black, you're black. If you're dating white, you're white, you're white. No, it's totally different. This is definitely an intercultural dating, and you could go into it thinking, oh, okay, we're gonna have so much in common, and we're gonna talk about this, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do all this, and when it comes down to it, you're nothing alike at all. So that's kind of what I've been seeing with African men, is that they might be like attracted to you, or you might be attracted to them, but really when it gets down to it, it's something kind of is like there is definitely a disconnect that you have to work through. So it's not really any different than dating interracially. You see what I'm saying? Except from the perspective of the outside, and that perspective is totally dependent on where you are. In America, that's a different perspective than when you're in Europe, you know what I mean? I feel like in Europe it's not so much as a huge difference as it is in the States, but when you're in it, there are some hurdles that you have to jump over to try to, make you guys on the same page, even though you're both of African descent. They're very macho. They're very, very macho, as you would expect. I think just dating men of African descent from all over the world. They're very macho kind of guys, very manly men. But sometimes I do feel like just being a Western woman is a bit much for them. You know what I mean? They're not used to, the ones that I have run into, I cannot speak for all, and I do not want to generalize, because I've been accused of that in the comments of these videos before. So let me just frame this. This is my perspective on the few few instances where I have been approached, talked to, or pursued by, or been interested in men of African descent, not African Americans, but from the continent, the 52, 53, 54 countries in Africa, men from one of those countries who either are descendants of or actually from there, but living in the UK right now. So, you know, they're generally very macho. They definitely generally seem like they don't really know what to do with me half the time, because I really, you know, one time I was putting my lipstick on at the dinner table. We had finished eating, so I kind of turned my head and just put my lip gloss back on, and it was like, oh my gosh, you put on lip gloss at the table, you know what I mean? And it wasn't just African men that pointed out that to me. It was I think a Middle Eastern friend of mine as well. So, you know, things that you do that you're like, oh, I'm just putting back on my, you know, my lipstick had come off, you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, no, usually the women do, you know, go to the bathroom for that and things like that. And I'm like, okay, well, did you not know this was lip gloss? Because I don't have to hide in the bathroom to put my lip gloss back on, right? You knew this color here was not like really my lips, you know, so things like that. So there is like that definite cultural disconnect hurdle that you have to get over. So, you know, don't think that you're gonna like, oh my God, pick up this African god, which you might though, let me not hate, you might, but understand that there are definitely going to be some cultural differences that you're going to have to work through, you know, to really get the relationship to like hit its stride, you know what I'm saying? But good luck to you on that. You know, I'm still out here just looking and dating and trying to see if I can find somebody that I can be on the same page with. And if they're African, yay. If they're not, yay as well, as long as I'm on the same page with them, you know what I mean? So anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs up anyway, and leave a comment telling me why you did not like this video. But before I go, I want to leave you guys with a question of the day, and the question is, have you ever dated an African man? If so, from what country, and what were your perspectives on the relationship? What was like weird or interesting about the relationship, or what was exactly the same as dating a man from your country, or what was totally different as dating a man from your country? So if you've ever dated African, comment below, let me know your perspective, and I will give you a shout out in the next video if you have an interesting story that I want to share with all of you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. As usual, Dating in London. Come back and see me again. Bye.